What is up, party people? I'm sure there's millions watching. So, how's everyone doing? Let's get these steps in. Here we go. Steps are in, steps are on. Get a quick mile in. And you know how it goes. You know how it goes. And here we're off. Something I wanted to show is this article here from Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock, saying that the 65-year-old retirement in America is crazy. He literally says it's crazy. That is not good. That is not good for young people. No one should have to work longer than they want to, but I do think it's a bit crazy that our anchor idea for the right retirement age, 65 years old, originates from the time of the Ottoman Empire. Fink wrote in his 2024 letter. So, I'm not sure if you know what's going on, what happened in France, not what's going on, but I mean, they rioted over France pushing the retirement age back to, was it 62 and a half now or something? They rioted over it. And since then, it's basically been like a no-brainer that's going to happen here. So 59 and a half is when you can start withdrawing penalty-free from retirement accounts. 65 is the retirement age when you get retirement benefits, right? So Medicaid, Medicare, one of the two, and Social Security, things like that, pensions, things like that. So pensions get paid full at 65. So that is the retirement age. What he's saying here is that, in the Ottoman Empire, 65 was old. Today, average age of death is 78. So, I mean, in these people's world, this billionaire world that this guy lives in, he wants you to work till 75 and then die 3 years later. But it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Saw this article right before we started. I started the stream, and I mean, horrible, man. Horrible. My goal is to get out of there early. Financial independence, retire early, fire. And it's just going to make it harder. The fact that, if they push retirement age back 3 years to 68 and they push the penalty-free retirement withdrawals to 62 and a half, I mean, if I wanted to retire at 50, that's now, instead of 9.5 years, that's 12.5 years that I'll have to wait to withdraw from IRAs. And, it kind of just sucks because that means, I don't know, it's just weird, right? Nobody knows how, it's just weird. It's just weird. It's horrible. I hate it. But it is what it is. I mean, half the country can't retire anyway, so I don't even know why it matters. But let's look at the markets. We got S&P up today, 0.32%. Wow, it goes right to max. So we've been on a little bit of a downtrend for the past week and a half. Hit peak 321. Bit of a downtrend over the past week. So that is interesting for sure. I think, was this the Fed rate? Yeah, this is the Fed day right here. Last Tuesday. So this is the Fed day. Market rallied off of a dovish Jay Powell, and since then, steady downtrend. But hey, that's all right. That's okay. shit's still up crazy. I mean, look at this. My biggest winning holding of all time. Of all time. Love looking at this. This is, I mean, it's just insane, dude, what this has done for me. But, okay. Let's go to the end of the year, 12-1, let's put year to date. On the 2nd of January, 685. Today, 1903. Whew, man. If I had some leaps on this sucker, you wouldn't even be hearing from me. I'd be gone. Bitcoin is dropping. We had a peak right now last night over in the 71s. And then we've dropped all the way back down to 685. I mean, I wonder why this is. Oh, there was some big ETH news today, but it seems like crypto as a whole is taking a little bit of a break today, a breather. But ETH, there were some companies that filing for ETH, filing S1s for ETH to be traded. ETH ETPs. So that's interesting. Certainly interesting. The market doesn't seem to care. Solana. What's up, Glorious? I wonder how loud my steps are. Who knows? Going 3 miles an hour, you know, not too fast. Fast enough to have a conversation about stonks, baby. About the mark. Most active. Let's see the trending. Ooh, bio company. Let's see. 9 events. Let me show you these events. Oh no, I don't want to care about it. Go fuck that up. Oh my god. Like, what the fuck? What is this chart? Man. Bio is scary, man. I've never touched a bio stock. I never will. But that is juicy as hell. Let's say you wake up, today's the 2 days ago, and you say, you know, I think that this company's gonna do it. You buy 100 shares at $1. You have 100 shares. 100 fucking goes to 328. Oh, 3x overnight. That's nice. Or 2x overnight. Let's look at what else could be going on. Everybody hates Cathie Wood so much. I don't understand it. Alright, who'd she buy? Who did she buy? Alright, that's literally just a clickbait headline and she can't buy shit. Huh. Okay, so heavy shorts. MicroStrategy is one of the biggest shorts in the US market. I would never do that because you're just betting against Bitcoin, which no one knows what the fuck it's gonna do, especially with the halving coming up. Maybe we front run it. Maybe we front ran the halving, but I don't know, man. I wouldn't be shorting it. It went up 300% in 3 months. Another Larry Fink warning. I think Larry Fink just sits in his office every day, and he's like, I kind of feel weird about this. Let me send a warning out to. Let me send this message to this writer at Yahoo Finance so he can put this out for me. Must be nice. That's a good question. Wow. Yeah, I mean, a lot of important questions, like, oh, shit. Vlad. Yeah, 4% rule for retirement. If nobody's watching, but this is something that's the Bogleheads guys love to follow. Basically, just if your portfolio on average increases anywhere from 7 to 10%, depending on who you talk to, and if you only withdraw 4%, and you actually make it a range, right? They believe in a range. I think it's 5 to 3. On green years, like last year, when the S&P was up 22%, your account was up 22%, withdraw 5. On red years, like 2021, when your account's down 20%, you withdraw 3. That way you're not artificially eating out of your money. It makes sense when your account's, if you have a pegged account at $1 million and it goes down 22%, so 780,000. You don't want to withdraw 5% on that year because you're withdrawing 5%. What's it, 78,000. So if you're withdrawing 5%, that's 36,000, 37,000. You'd rather wait to draw 5%. You'd rather withdraw 3%, because in that 2% savings, if your account now goes up to 1.2 million, a 2% savings is quite a lot of money. So that's the 3 to 5 range that they like. But yeah, the 4% rule. Theoretically, your accounts will never lose value. If every year your account goes up 10% on like long-term average, and you have it in there for 40 years, and you're only withdrawing 4%, your account should still be gaining 3 to 6% every single year, even while you're drawing retirement. So that's their whole idea. That sounds great, but it certainly can't go as planned if you hit rough times in the market, which undoubtedly you will. So I think it's important to have. I'm not a huge diversity guy in my holdings because I'm young. I love the risk, because without that risk, my account wouldn't have gone up 300% this year. So you need the risk, and it's actually more. My cost basis in MicroStrategy is like 350, so it's more than 300%. But when it comes to retirement, 4% rule is great. But I actually want to have the ability to avoid taking out any if we're in a down year. So what I'm going to be planning on doing is at some point, probably around the 500K net worth mark, which hopefully comes within the next couple of years before 30. Split up my holdings to a dividend, and then the rest in my growth stock still, because it's still only be 30. And once there, just let my dividends drip, right? Probably dividend ETF, VTI or something like that. And when I retire in 30 years, I'll live off the dividends every year. I'll take those out of drip. And then on green years, I'll take my 3-4% out as well and live a really lavish retirement life. Hopefully, if I make it. Now, that's where I believe diversification is huge. Because I hate the idea of eating away at my money on down years. It just doesn't make sense. And if I could live off $0, I would that year. But I want to have some income, of course. So have some dividends. That also would be down in a down economy and in a down stock market. But I'm not eating away at anything. I'm just not letting them reinvest anymore. So that's my plan. Also, have some real estate, passive income. I have some in now. We don't plan on selling it. So one day, hopefully, this will be rented free. That year, this might be $2,000 a month. So free income, passive income. $2,000 bucks, that's $24,000. Shit, with inflation, nobody knows what the world's gonna look like in 30 years, right? But probably need at least $100K a year, even without a mortgage. Probably need $100K a year to not be struggling in retirement. So that is where planning for diversification comes in my view. Not diversified into fucking, like, here, this is what you get with you diversify into interest rate sensitive stocks. I know Enphase has been up recently, but look at that. The past year, like the biggest rally, 23 was all a rally, right? There was a huge rally in 23. Since April 3rd, 23, the solar company, which solar companies are very interest rate sensitive, just like car companies, is down. It's down double. It's down 50%. That is crazy. Crazy. And that's what you get if you were diversified. If you're listening to somebody like, you need to diversify across all these sectors, your risk is mitigated and your gains are mitigated when you diversify like that. That is for somebody who already has money. Which you're not watching this, but if you were, you don't have money, more than likely. So, well, if you don't follow the markets, which again, why would you be watching this? But if you do, and you're confident in your ability to research, to follow, to not lose track of things, diversification is overrated. Overrated. All right, I'm almost at a mile here. I'm at 0.89. Next time, it took me a while to get the stream set up, so next time I'll do 2. Try and do 2. But get your steps in, people. If you're like me and you work from home, it's easy to get fat. It's easy to get fat, just sit down all day. So get yourself a under desk trad, under desk T-boy. Just hit that shit. Hit it. CrowdStrike. I'm not really too sure what CrowdStrike does. I've heard people talk about it a lot, though. Motherfucker, tell me what the company does. All right. $1 billion in revenue. Still don't know what they do. 0.95. I love this shit. This is where YouTube thumbnails. What came first? Thumbnail, fucking, and definitely this, right? Definitely this. clickbait titles came from this kind of shit first. And then took a while to get into YouTube, but now it's all over YouTube. But this kind of shit. I saw a YouTube video the other day saying, invest in this today and do nothing else and you'll be a millionaire in 30 years. Like, motherfucker, I could invest $1 and I know no matter what I invest in, I won't be a millionaire in 30 years. All right, party people. Thanks for the 0 viewership. Hopefully, I'll do this every day. Monday through Friday. 1 mile is done. And, gotta get back to work. So, peace out. Peace in the streets. Love your family members. Love your friends. And,